And I got way too many feels, way too much emotion. I don't even know what's real. I don't need to get along with your best friend, even better with your family. I go.
Hello and welcome to another vlog. Listen, today, you already know by the title, or if you watch my Instagram stories, that we are saying goodbye to the extensions. So it is Friday, January something, and I just trained upper body, got 4 for 4 sessions this week, and now it is time for my hair appointment. So basically what started the thought of like me taking my extensions out is because I was editing a YouTube video, and when I got my extensions, we ended up having to get them like a shade lighter than what I actually needed because the color that I perfectly matched with was out of stock, but she was like, we can just get it a shade lighter and then color them. But they're gonna need toned over time. And that is the extent of my knowledge, but you can really just tell if they've gotten super light and they need to be colored, toned, whatever. I don't know anything about that. Like, I have never colored my hair like professionally in my life. I don't think, definitely not. I got highlights a few times when I was in like high school, but anyways, you can tell that it's like not my hair. And they used to look a lot better. Somebody had responded to a story the other day, and like the last message they had responded in our DMs was when I had first gotten my hair, and it just color matched way better. So I was like, man, they just look bad, but like I don't want to pay to like color them right now. Extensions are just very expensive, like for the hair, for the move-ups, for if you get it colored, like the maintenance. And I was just like, I think I'm just gonna take them out. Because I've had them for almost a year, but I know that I take really good care of my hair, and I know that they are like actually in good shape. Like they'd be fine to get colored and put back in, but I don't know. I just want to feel free for a little bit, and I was like, okay, here's my sign. We're just gonna do it. But I think I'm gonna hang on to the hair just in case I want to get them colored and put back in later on. So they're pretty grown out right now, but my natural hair is only a couple inches shorter than the extension. Let me pull my natural hair forward for you so you can see. So there's my natural, and there's the extensions. I'm gonna miss them. I'm still obsessed with them. I love them so much, but I think this is just a sign to push myself outside my comfort zone, and I'm sure I'm gonna be freaking fine. I'm gonna be like pleasantly surprised at how fine it is, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna feel really free because I'm not gonna have like this extra hair on my head, and I'm gonna be able to just like, So if you've had extensions, you know the struggle, but this is the before. I'm gonna try and like make a reel out of this, so I'm about to film that, and then I'm gonna go downtown. So there's the intro to this video. Obviously it's gonna be about my hair, and I'm also going to sit down and talk about what I have learned through working with my coach, Alex Bush, for almost a year now, because I firmly believe that coaches should have coaches, and in that we make the industry a better place because we learn from one another. So I've learned a lot. I've implemented a lot with my clients, and I'm excited to share with you guys. But before we go, Sir Archibald wants to say hi. Look how cute and fluffy he is. Say hi to the people, Arch. Oh, look at that. You are so freaking cute. I love you. Oh, you got a hair in your eye, buddy. That's not fun. Okay. All right. I'll see you on the other side. Bam. Here we are, okay? Extensions are out. They're actually right here, okay? We're keeping them in a nice little braid. Look at this. That is my hair. That's an Elsa braid, man. But basically, I'm just gonna hang on to this, and we decided it's actually much more affordable to tone and reinstall than I thought. It was literally like a third of the price of what I thought it was going to be. This is heavy. So I have a feeling I'm gonna end up putting them back in for the summertime. Obviously, I'm like an hour into feeling free like this, so we'll see what happens. But I have the hair on deck, and yeah, this is what we're working with. My natural hair, like, I don't mean to sound pretentious, but like, I have always had good hair. Like, it's always been healthy, very soft, very nice, and that was confirmed today. Hand-tied extensions, they are like truly the least damaging to your hair. They should not damage your hair at all, as long as you get them installed with the invisible bead method. So that's the kind of extensions I had, but she just gave me like the slightest little trim to make sure that the ends look healthy, and she gave me a little blowout action, and it was just, I got a scalp massage. It was so nice, so nice. So anyways, right now I just finished up the reel I'm gonna post, but I actually filmed 3, and I have to pick between the 3 which one's gonna be the best. So I'm making lunch, and then I'll figure that out. But yeah, so here's the new hair. Oh my god, look how cute. It's crazy. I just feel really free, so take some getting used to, but at least I have healthy long hair. I did pick up a product there because I asked, Jess is the girlie that I go to, I'll tag her on Instagram, but I asked her, like, okay, what can I be doing to grow my hair? Because I already take collagen every single day, which is obviously incredibly helpful, but is there anything else I can be doing? And she told me to take biotin, so hair, skin, nails. I might end up getting some of that, we'll see. I've taken it from First Form before, and it definitely helps, but that was before the collagen existed, so we'll see. But then I asked her if there's anything like topically that I can be doing, like from Scalp or whatever, and she recommended this product. Wow, it's all in like frickin' fancy words. I'm just gonna show you. The brand is Kerastase, and yeah, this is a serum. I sound, okay, here we go. Advanced Scalp and Hair Concentrate. So it's leave-in. She had me feel it. It's not oily. It's just like a probably water-based serum. I'd have to look at the, yep, water-based. So it's not gonna make your hair like oily or greasy, because I was like, oh, do I do it before I wash my hair? And she said, nope, you can do it every single day. And then there's actually a stylist there that's like the expert on this brand, and so she asked her, is there anything else I need to know? And basically what I'm gonna do is like, I'll split my hair and I'll put it on my scalp and kind of massage it in, and then I'll like do another row and like massage it in. So we're gonna see how that works. I guess other girlie uses it quite a bit, and it works, so I figured why not try it, you know? So that is the update. That's where we're at today, and I'm gonna eat now because it's been a minute. I have a little bit of work to do this afternoon, but I'm so excited to just freaking chill. So excited. Oh my god. So anyways, there's that. I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit just to talk about what I mentioned earlier, what I've learned from working with my own coach. So see you in the next clip. Okay, it is a little bit later now. It's like 3:20. And I actually just got off the phone with Sailor. I haven't heard from him like all week, and I'm like, I'm fine. But he just called me and he's like, what's up? I was like, hello, sir. So they made port. He's across the freaking world, but that was very nice. So he's gonna call me a little bit later. The time difference is very, very extreme right now, so we gotta figure that out. But anyways, I figured I would deliver my promise of talking about what I have learned through working with my coach. So I will say, with Alex, I just have him do my training. I do my own nutrition. So I started working with Alex and physique development last March, so March of 2021, and so we're coming up on 1 year, and basically I told him like, hey, I have a herniated disc, and my chiropractor recommended that I get someone to do my training, because there's definitely like a rhyme and a reason to training around injuries and fully like healing them. And Alex was just the first person that came to mind for me, just for training. Like, he's the guy. He is very knowledgeable on just anatomy, physiology, exercise, science, and all the things that come along with it. So I was like, have you ever helped someone with this? Whatever. He's like, yeah, let's hop on a call. So I filled him in, I signed up, and here we are. And my physique has developed the best it has ever in my fitness journey in the last year, compared to like all the years in the past that I just wasn't training intelligently. And the thing with injuries is they're typically a result of incorrect movement patterns. And so when you are injured and you are training in incorrect movement patterns, it's very difficult to adequately train your muscles. One prime example would be the glutes, right? So if you have back issues or hip issues or whatever is going on, there's so many things that could be wrong, right? It's hard to get your glutes trained through the full range of motion. So I've learned a lot about just like anatomy and physiology from him, more so anatomy, like biomechanics of exercise movements. I've learned how to adequately train my glute medius. So I'm just gonna show y'all. This is much easier than like finding an anatomy screenshot, putting it on the screen. But okay, so obviously you have your glutes, right? This whole part is the glute max, okay? It's a very big muscle, but your glute med sits up here, and a lot of people fail to train this. You're actually able to really see it on bikini competitors. They'll be lacking here, which doesn't create a very well-rounded physique or well-rounded glutes, right? So I've actually learned quite a bit about training that, the glute med in particular, and like really isolating it. So one example of an exercise that, and I don't know if Alex literally created this exercise or if he got it from somewhere else, but my friends that work with physique development, they're like, oh yeah, the freaking modified curtsy lunges. So basically you do a split squat. So you have your back foot on a bench, you have your front foot on the ground, and so usually your foot is like this when you do split squats, right? But you internally rotate your foot, so bring your toe toward your midline. This helps stretch your glute med, which you want it in the fully lengthened position when you're training, so you train through the full range of motion, if that makes sense. Otherwise you're like, let's say this is the full range of motion, this is the muscle fully lengthened, this is the muscle fully contracted or shortened. If you're not getting it all the way here, you might only be training like this much of your range of motion, and you're missing out on these gains. That's the best way I can visually put it. So, yeah, I've learned a lot about training my glute med, but also just muscles all over. So I was telling my friend Sarah yesterday, but another example is like, so typically, I need to like show you guys, when you do like the rear delt machine, the reverse flies, you go like this, right? You have your arms very straight out, but you actually want them down a little bit to line up with your rear delt fibers. So again, you can get it in the fully stretched position here and then contract it. So with the rear delt machine, or even if I'm doing like dumbbell rear delt stuff, the range of motion is not this, it's this, because of how your fibers are on your rear delts. Same thing with the rear delt rows that I do. So it'll look like a normal cable row, but instead of your grip being like this, your grip's like this. So find an attachment where you can get that 45-degree angle, because that will line up with your fibers better to train your rear delts. Same thing with front delts. Instead of doing front raises straight up, you want to do them a little bit like this and come up like that, for, again, to fully stretch the fibers. And those little nuances, literally physique development has videos for every single exercise, and they explain the reasoning behind, so you can get a picture of like, here's why this is important. And it's just crazy, like, training should be very much customized to the individual. And the cool thing about it is, like, as I learn this stuff with myself, then I get to implement it with clients, and clients are loving it. It gets better results, right? Just because it is more tailored and more customized. So that's what I have learned from like an exercise standpoint. And then as far as a programming standpoint, Alex has taken me through all these different phases. So for example, and you guys have probably seen me talk about them on Instagram, a neuro phase is basically like very strength focused. So I'll have like sets of 4, and that means I get to go heavy, I get to feel strong, and it's pretty long rest times, which I love neuro phases. Then of course, you know, I've been through hypertrophy phases that are like quite a bit of volume, a lot of failure sets. Those are tough, but they freaking work. They all work. And then metabolic phases are like some moderate reps, but short rest times. So quite challenging from an endurance standpoint and a fatigue standpoint. So obviously my weights that I pick in a neuro phase are going to be very different from the weights that I pick in a metabolic phase. And I've been through some other phases as well, but those are like the main ones. And they work. They really work. It's not the intent is not to like, oh, confuse the body, because that's a myth, right? But rather to just take your body through different challenges. It's kind of like, it's a type of periodization with like mesocycles and different phases, if you guys are like familiar with that. I'm not super well versed on it, but obviously you want to change things up over time. But what I will say is my exercise selection, the movements that I do, they stay pretty much the same throughout every single phase. Like I'm doing hip thrusts always, right? I'm doing split squats always. I'm doing lateral raises. I'm doing a ton of different like modified pull downs, like different grips and different like body positioning, like to better target my lats. Like I could not begin to explain all of the nuances like in a video. That's why you sign up for coaching, right? But that is really, those really encompass what I've learned. So exercise selection, programming. The other thing that's very, just something I've learned a lot about within the training is tempo training. And my last coach did tempo training, and I followed it, but I didn't understand the importance really. So now I'm very intentional. Like I have a tempo for every single exercise. I have rest periods for every single exercise. Like it's all very intelligently and intentionally programmed because Alex knows what he is doing, and he knows how to like correct certain things with my physique and get me the results that I want. Like I don't want to compete again, but I really like the look of a well-rounded physique that is displayed in bikini. So glutes and delts, right? But I'm still training like back. I'm still training everything. And in that, with recovering from my injury, which is probably where I should have started, within 6 weeks, Alex had me fixed up, like pain-free. Now, yes, I flared my back up a few times last year. That's just how recovery goes. But like I do not squat, I do not deadlift, because those are not a good idea for my back. I could probably get there if I really wanted to. I don't really care to right now, maybe someday, but I'm feeling good right now. I don't want to flare my back up like ever again. But Alex obviously did not put movements in there that were going to flare my back up. And the way that we really did heal my back, which I have a highlight on my Instagram now, it's called herniated disc. And you can read up there on how like the whole process has gone with my recovery. But basically we really worked on strengthening my core and my glutes. Again, better training the glute med to relearn the correct movement patterns. A lot of my recovery has been like physical therapy, where I have to think about like my breathing and like bracing my core and like keeping my pelvis neutral and like getting rid of my anterior pelvic tilt, right? Because here's the thing. For example, let's say you're on a leg press, right? Now, obviously you're not gonna be standing straight up, but you want your pelvis neutral. And a lot of us stand like this just because of Instagram or whatever. Like a lot of girls walk around like this because they're so used to doing it that their pelvis has gotten stuck in an anterior pelvic tilt. So in order to correct that, you have to strengthen your core to pull forward and strengthen your hamstrings to pull down, and better correct that through not only changing your anatomy and your strength, but also through reconditioning your brain and your body to like think about what we're doing. Right? Because I know that one thing that really flared my back up in the beginning was on the leg press. I sat in an anterior pelvic tilt, which transfers the load to your low back and away from your glutes. So therefore, not training the glutes and breaking the back. You know what I mean? So I know I kind of just talked in circles like a lot, but it's just those little nuances really. And I can always ask Alex, like I've had him interpret my blood work. He's a great, like I love having check-ins because he also just helps me with my mindset too, as any good coach does. But Alex is really like, we relate on a lot of things. We're very similar. So it's just nice to have his perspective on things, especially like just life things, like Sailor going on deployment and like going underway all the time, and business stuff and friendship stuff and just life, you know? So I don't know how long we'll work together. I think like I could definitely train on my own. I've learned enough and I can just like recycle the training splits, but I do like having just the check-ins every week and the accountability, even if I'm like doing my own nutrition. So yeah, I think that covers everything that I've pretty much learned through my experience there. Even if you guys like are not in the market for a coach, follow Alex, follow Physique Development, follow his wife Sue. If you all don't know Alex and Sue, I've never met them in real life, but just through Instagram and through the grapevine, like the friend group, they're amazing people, and they're so smart, and they're so good at their craft. So it's Alex and Sue, and then Austin is the other owner of Physique Development, and they're all just incredibly intelligent and so committed, again, to their craft, which is very, very cool, because I wanted to learn more about training, and through my own injuries and recoveries, I continue to learn. So yeah, just always be a student. But if you guys have any other questions about my experience, I'm like, I hope there's nothing I left out or anything like glaring that I shouldn't have missed, but that is basically what comes to mind. And I just figured I would talk about it here because it's a lot easier to ramble on YouTube than it is anywhere else. So yeah, there's that. But for the rest of the day, I finished with work, man. I'm so freaking happy. 3:30 p.m. on a Friday. Let's freaking go. I need to eat. I'm actually so hungry right now. But I think the last thing I can do here is give you a little first form haul. So let's do that. All right, we're in the kitchen. So we get the I almost said the kitschy funkin' light. By which I mean the funky kitchen light, like on me. Anyways, okay, let's get to this first form haul. I'm gonna explain briefly why I get everything that I do. But first thing is level 1 protein in milk chocolate. This is the first time I have gotten this flavor, and I really just have been craving like a plain flavor. Like I love my pumpkin spice latte, but like sometimes I just need a plain flavor to mix with whatever. So I actually tried this for the first time last night. So good, spot on per usual. At night, I've just been mixing level 1 with almond milk for my protein, because then I'll make a little pancake, and it doesn't need to be a protein pancake. I'm sick of egg whites, so level 1 just helps me hit my protein at the end of the day. So good, it mixes so well. Not chalky, not gritty, not weird. Flavors are always spot on. If you have not tried First Form's protein, listen, once you go level 1, you don't go back, okay? So, by the way, for all of the First Form products, link in the description will get you free shipping. Try it out. Okay, so got level 1. I also got some more French vanilla collagen. I actually have not gotten the French vanilla in quite a few months, but I like to have a variety of flavors. So I have a little bit of salted caramel left. I have peppermint mocha, I have chocolate, and now I have my French vanilla. So we have options. This is incredible to support all of your tissues. We naturally produce collagen, but that natural production slows around age 25. So if you supplement, that can help slow the aging process, but it does support all the tissues in your body, nearly all of them. So bones, joints, tendons, ligaments, hair, skin, nails, which is going to be extra important for me moving forward. But I've been taking this for, I think, well over 6 months, ever since they dropped it. And yeah, unreal. I know I show you guys all the time, but those are my natural nails. A couple of them are chipped, but yeah. They're long, and they stay strong, and they're down to get the friction on. They're not, but okay. Next up, we have Alpha Surge. So this is a pump product. This is a pre-workout, but it does not have stimulants. It does not have caffeine. It does not have beta-alanine. I don't like pre-workouts like that. I hate the way they make me feel. They honestly make me very anxious in my own body. So I like to take a pump product. I always get raspberry lemonade. This is the best flavor. Gives you sick pumps in the gym. Also helps with my muscle connection and like focus. It's nice. I really hate training without it, and I ran out of it, so. And then I restocked on my full omega. This is fish oil, omega-3s, super beneficial. Okay, if you are lacking in omega-3s, it is likely that you have chronic inflammation. And when you have chronic inflammation, you have high cortisol. And when you have high cortisol, you have a tougher time losing body fat, and you're actually more prone to storing body fat. So get in your omega-3s to decrease your inflammation, to decrease your cortisol, to decrease your likelihood of storing body fat, and make it easier for yourself, right? So we need 2 to 4 grams every single day. This has you covered with 2.5 grams in 2 capsules. A lot of fish oils are underdosed. I would encourage you to look at the labels. Honestly, you can always send them my way if you want me to look at them as well. Jump in the First Form app. Let's work together. That link is also in the description. But yeah, I take those every single day. So there's that. I also got a just like a regular black t-shirt because I ordered enough dollars worth. So it's always nice to have these on hand, keep in the car, whatever. And then I also got a new jogger here. First Form, let me tell you guys, is really stepping their game up with apparel. And y'all aren't ready. I'm not even ready, but this looks nice. Okay, so it's just a blue jogger. It is cuffed at the bottom. I'm gonna show you guys the detail here. So it kind of has this ribbed detail. We've got a nice drawstring, and I think these will look very nice. Oh wait. yeah, I wanted to make sure the drawstring was functional because we don't like a fake drawstring. But these have pockets, and yeah, I actually have been wearing pants a lot more lately because it's cold in San Diego, which is relative, but whatever. I can't wear shorts on my morning walks right now. So yeah, I'm happy to have some new joggers, but otherwise, I think that's everything for this video. I know it's long enough because I know I just talked a lot, but per usual, if you're still here and if you watched until now, I'm taking all my good vibes, I'm sending them your way. If you could give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell before you leave, that would be dope. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye!
Oh,